Douma is outwardly friendly and cheery, possessing an approachable and charismatic air. Kane Kocho describes him as talking and acting in a calm and carefree manner. However, it is soon revealed that Douma has psychopathic tendencies. He adopts sick beliefs and habits, such as devouring his cult's followers with the belief he is saving them from their suffering and pain. He believes he is saving them from their suffering by letting them live inside his body. Under his carefree and unassuming demeanor, Douma is a cold and calculating individual with an extremely keen intellect. His high intelligence may be the reason why he looks down on humans, genuinely believing that they are pathetic and pitiful. He even cried out of pity for them. His condescending attitude towards humans was also showcased when he was decapitated by the combined efforts of Shinobu Kocho, Inosuke Hashibara, and Kaneo Tsuyuri. He felt insulted to be killed by individuals whom he thought lowly of. It is later revealed that Douma is clinically apathetic, completely emotionless, and unable to experience proper emotions. Douma himself admitted that the concept of emotion was completely foreign to him, even as a human. Aware that this is abnormal, Douma compensated for his empty heart with his own charisma. He learned to express his carefree demeanor enough to deceive all but the keenest observers. Despite his innate apathy, he appeared angry when Kaneo insulted his inability to feel real emotions, dropping his kindly facade and outright trying to kill her. His apathy is shown when his mother murdered his father and then proceeded to kill herself, all while being observed by Douma when he was just a child. Douma didn't show any sign of grief or shock, but instead complained that their blood made the room stuffy. Douma primarily eats women as they are known to be more nutritious than men. One exception to this was Inosuke's mother, Kotoha Hashibara, who Douma didn't want to kill and instead wanted to keep by his side until she died of natural causes, though he eventually killed her when she tried to escape. The reason for this unique behavioral trait is because women provide more nutritional value for demons as they can nurture babies, so therefore provide more strength and nutrients. During his interactions with fellow upper-rank Akaza, he showed no negative reactions to him delivering 2 fatal blows to his head in annoyance, one with Akaza swiftly punching the upper part of Douma's head off, then punching his jaw off. In fact, he considered this to be their form of personal greeting between 2 best friends. Douma has even implied that he actually enjoys these physical abuses, as seen when he morbidly asked Muzan with excitement on what type of extreme self-harm he should inflict on himself as punishment for his failure, and again expressed delight upon the severe pain he felt at Shinobu Kocho's numerous attempts to poison him to death, and even cheerfully expresses his delight on the feelings and sensations of the poison destroying his body and how he might actually grow to like it. Despite leading a cult, Douma is a nihilistic atheist who staunchly believed that gods, Buddhas, and the afterlife do not exist. He believed that after death there is nothing and that people who could not accept something so simple are naive and dumb. However, during his death, he began to question if heaven and hell could actually do exist. Douma also displayed what was arguably his first true emotion when he proclaimed his love for Shinobu after finding her cute. As the holder of the second highest ranking member of the 12 Kazuki, and the third most powerful of his kind to have ever existed, Douma is an exceptionally powerful demon. His combination of combative prowess and his potent cryokinetic blood demon art in battle is powerful enough to overwhelm and defeat the insect Hashira, Shinobu Kocho, without any difficulty, and he is also noted to have defeated Kane Kocho, the late flower Hashira, in the past. Afterwards, Douma could take on both Inosuke and Kaneo, who were on par with the Hashira, simultaneously without much effort either. According to Douma, Akaza, who holds the rank of upper 3, would have no chance in defeating him in battle, to the point where even he wouldn't dare challenge Douma to a battle, despite the upper rank's immense outward hatred toward him. Moreover, Douma was able to surpass Akaza in a shorter period of time, showcasing the immense power gap between the 2 demons. As further credence to Douma's immense power, he rarely fights seriously and instead adopts a casual and carefree attitude even in life-and-death situations against the most powerful demon slayers, only ever becoming serious when his life is in serious danger, such as when the deadly effects of Shinobu's poisons became apparent. Apathy. Douma is diagnosed as clinically apathetic, unable to experience human emotions. Despite this, he maintains a friendly and carefree facade that deceives all but the most astute observers. Kaneo is the only person who can see through his facade, thanks to her exceptional eyesight. She believes that Douma impersonates emotions in the hopes that he could eventually acquire the ability to feel them himself, a concept entirely foreign to him. Even in his childhood, Douma exhibited little to no emotion. When his mother killed his father before taking her own life in front of him, he remained unaffected by the traumatizing event. His only reaction was annoyance over the blood that was making the room stuffy. This inability to feel emotions has become an advantage for Douma, as this allows him to calmly process, understand and analyze any situation he is faced with without being hampered by emotions, allowing him to easily and quickly come up with any solution for any adversary. Although, after his death, he seemed to have developed feelings for Shinobu Kocho, making it the first time he actually shows true emotion. Keen intellect, Douma is exceptionally intelligent, which he displayed on multiple occasions. While in a fast-paced brawl with Kaneo, he was able to process and deduce her abilities, surmising that it was her superhuman eyesight that allowed her to parry and dodge his ice attacks and immediately develop a strategy to counter it. In another instance, when he left Kaneo and Inosuke to fight his ice clones, he construed that Inosuke had an acute sense of touch just by observing his behavior when near his ice techniques. It is also implied that Douma was able to trick and deceive all of his followers, allowing him to kill and eat them. He was able to keep this up for over a century with almost complete infallibility. Douma also possesses incredible memory, being able to remember even the most insignificant details from back when he was human, which was over a century ago. If you like the video, subscribe to this channel. I usually upload content from the most popular anime. Thank you. Biological absorption. Douma briefly displayed the ability to absorb human bodies through physical contact, shown when he completely broke down and assimilated Shinobu's body within only a few seconds of killing her. He mostly uses this ability as a faster alternative of consuming humans during battle. Immense regeneration. As an upper-rank demon, Douma possesses one of the most advanced and powerful regenerative healing factors in existence. When Akaza punched off both his lower jaw and the upper portion of his head, he instantly healed with ease, even considering the fatal attack to be a friendly gesture. Douma also took mere seconds to recover from Shinobu's onslaught of fatal wisteria poison attacks and from a deep slash in his abdomen which caused his guts to spill out. Even when Douma absorbed Shinobu's body and ingested over 37 kilograms worth of poison, approximately 700 times more than the lethal amount needed to kill an average demon, it still took a considerable amount of time before it began to have any adverse effect on him. Reactive adaptation. During his battle against Shinobu, he is able to break down and render all of the various poison mixtures Shinobu injected into him useless, immediately developing antibodies to her poison without much trouble. Shinobu herself was shocked at how fast Douma built a resistance to her normally fatal poison. Immense durability. As an upper-rank demon who has assimilated a huge amount of Musen's blood, Douma has an exceptionally durable body. This is shown when Kaneo had difficulty slicing Douma's neck even when his body was falling apart due to the extreme dosage of poison he received. Kaneo only succeeded in decapitating the upper rank when Inosuke used his swords to push her blade through Douma's neck, and even then, his body was already decomposing due to the severe poisoning he endured from Shinobu. Immense speed and reflexes. Douma possesses inhuman movement speed and reflexes, being able to move so fast he appears to teleport. Being of a higher rank, he is faster than Akaza, who was able to keep up with a marked Ju, and Jutaro who was able to keep up with an overpowered Tengen, the fastest runner among the Taisho-era Hashira. He first displayed his immense speed during the upper rank meeting, where he appeared to teleport to Gyako, which caught him off guard. Later, when Akaza appeared behind him and destroyed his head, Douma claimed that he could have easily evaded it if he wanted to, but didn't do so on purpose as he wanted to get along with him. His imperceptible speed was further testified when he sliced a woman to pieces after Shinobu, the fastest Hashira Douma has met, brought her away from his attack range, even taking the insect Hashira a moment to register the attack. Moreover, Douma was shown to be able to keep up with Shinobu's own tremendous speed for the majority of the fight. More impressively, Douma was able to deliver a deep cut to Shinobu before she could even react. Against Kaneo, a Hashira-level demon slayer, Douma was able to easily dodge her Crimson Hanagoromo technique while still busy absorbing Shinobu. And later managed to move so fast he appeared to teleport behind her, nearly decapitating the demon slayer's head. Later on in the fight, Douma managed to completely blitz Kaneo, running up to her from a considerably far distance, stealing her Nichiren katana while she was still gripping onto it, and returning to his original spot so fast that Kaneo, despite possessing superhuman vision, couldn't react to, let alone perceive the upper rank's movements, even taking several seconds to comprehend and realize what just happened. Similarly, Douma blitzed Inosuke, this time, stealing his mask without he and Kaneo realizing it until several seconds later. Due to how casual Douma was when he performed the aforementioned feats, it is implied that Douma could have instantly blitzed and killed both Kaneo and Inosuke had he taken the fight more seriously. Unlimited stamina and endurance. Douma possesses absolute and infinite stamina and vitality, never tiring and always remaining in optimal physical and mental condition all the time, as well as being able to endure waves of onslaught as if it were nothing. He showed almost complete immunity to being repeatedly violently attacked by his fellow upper rank, Akaza. Having his eyes slashed out by Inosuke, being repeatedly poisoned and stabbed by Shinobu, having his stomach slashed open by Kaneo, and inflicting various forms of extreme self-harm to himself. Douma never once expressed the slightest bit of pain, discomfort and panic at being wounded so grievously, having been able to nonchalantly and calmly continue fighting, talking or doing whatever else he is doing as if nothing is happening. Extrasensory perception. Douma possesses extraordinary sensory abilities which allow him to detect things outside the normal range of perception, as shown when he could perceive attacks even from places he is not looking at, allowing him to nullify the effectiveness of sneak attacks. Later, Douma was capable of detecting Akaza's transformation into a demon immune to decapitation by Nichiren swords despite being extremely far away from him. Tessenjutsu. Douma is incredibly skilled in Tessenjutsu as shown during his battles against the demon slayers. It is implied that his skill in this martial art surpasses Akaza's bare-fisted combat prowess due to his superior ranking compared to Akaza. Douma showcased his skill in dual-wielding his Japanese war fans against Kaneo and Inosuke, where he could easily fend off both combatants, displaying his ability in using his fans for both attacking and defending during high-speed battles, parrying and delivering attacks that overwhelmed the demon slayers. With his exceptional proficiency in Tessenjutsu, Douma could make use of techniques that require him to perform 8 to 9 fan attacks in the blink of an eye and generate huge gusts of air with them. Furthermore, Douma's Tessenjutsu incorporates his cryokinetic blood demon art, which enhances its range and lethality, making his fighting style a great blend of offense and defense. Cryokinesis. Douma's blood demon art grants him extremely powerful cryokinesis. He can generate ice and frost from his flesh and blood and can spawn it anywhere in his vicinity, as well as manipulating it at will, allowing him to unleash incredibly potent ice techniques. Additionally, the ice created from his blood demon art is extremely lethal to those that inhale it, causing the cells of the victim's lungs to die and rendering them unable to breathe very quickly. His ice and frost have also been noted to be extremely cold, as shown when the air around Douma's frost was cold enough to make Shinobu's lungs feel as if they were about to burst and nearly freeze Kaneo's body and surroundings just by coming into contact with it. Douma is incredibly proficient in his blood demon art, being capable of creating constructs out of the ice he generates such as frost lotuses, stalagmites, clouds of icy air and even miniature ice clones of himself capable of unleashing the same techniques as him. He has also shown the ability to use the ice he creates as extra appendages, as seen when he created ice vines to hold himself up the ceiling while he uses his arms to hug Shinobu. In combat, Douma usually incorporates his cryokinetic abilities with his Tessenjutsu, enhancing his fan attacks with ice and frost. Douma prefers to use his blood demon art to create frost lotuses and crystal-like shards made of ice. Douma carries around a pair of gold-plated Japanese war fans most likely fashioned from his flesh, similar to all other weapons used by demons, that act as his main offensive weapons and aid in spreading his blood demon art. His fans are of a golden color with several patterns resembling lotuses engraved on the side complete with a green tassel. They are extremely sharp and suited for his style of combat, being able to slice and slash as well as swords and generate huge gusts of air. They are also shown to be extremely durable, withstanding multiple sword slashes and attacks without breaking. Douma's name contains the onyomi reading of the kanji for child and polish, improve. In the manga's original Japanese, Douma's hair is described to be very light blonde/gold in color, birch-colored, and this is how it's colored in the colored version of the final battle arc. However, on Shonen Jump 2019 issue 29 and chapter 162's covers, both of the covers he's on that were personally colored by Koyoharu Gotoge, in the anime adaptation, and in the manga's English translation, his hair is pictured/described as being a silver color. Douma's attire and eternal paradise faith is an inspiration to Dzogchen Adi Yoga, a tradition of teachings within the Karma Kagyu, a transmitting lineage and practice in Tibetan Buddhism. Douma himself is represented as the Gyalwa Karmapa, the leading figure who teaches all to attain enlightenment. This leads back to Douma's entire blood demon art techniques being centered around the teachings and practices of the Karma Kagyu. The lotuses being connected to the cycle of enlightenment along with the Lotus Sutra, religious Buddhist texts that teaches those about Dharma, law, karma, action, and Sasra, cycle, world. Muzan never really liked Douma, despite his loyalty and worship of him. Douma also made Muzan the figure of worship within his Paradise Faith cult. After Kotoha stumbled into his temple, Douma grew fond of her pure-hearted personality. He initially never intended to eat her as he enjoyed her company. Douma had planned to keep her near him until she died of old age. Kotoha's husband and mother-in-law also went to the cult, possibly in search of her, but Douma found them noisy and murdered them. He didn't devour them though, only leaving their bodies in the mountains. In KIMETSU Academy, beyond fake marriages, Douma is a scam artist in various ways. He is infamous to the point that he gets covered in special programs on TV. He's also been involved in several incidents, but because the evidence is insufficient, he has yet to be prosecuted. After greeting a woman with pink and green hair, he went missing afterward. Earlier at the crime scene, the voices of a man and a woman fighting were overheard saying, "I had a feeling you were lying." Thank you for watching my humble video. If you liked it, subscribe, like and share the video. See you next time.